alaikum. I can't hear you. Salam alaikum. Yes, let's make it known that Lewisham is a place that welcomes all. We have been here campaigning for the last 2 years, fighting against genocide, fighting against racism and the far right, fighting against Islamophobia, and it makes us all really, really proud to be from Lewisham. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. As Ben said, from Lewisham Muslim Voice, we're an organisation that was set up by a group of Muslims here in Lewisham. I should add, we're separate from the mosque, but we are here based in Lewisham. And we were set up really all just horrified, seeing the pictures out of Gaza, not just in the last 2 years, but over the last 100 years, as this settler colonial project has expanded at the expense of the Palestinian people. And I'm glad that Ben brought up the US just now, because really they are, the orchestrators in chief of all evil in the world, and we should not expect a lick of sense out of any one American when it comes to, apart from John obviously is a huge legend, when it comes to Palestine, because America, like Israel, is a state premised on ethnic cleansing and genocide. And that's why it's so infuriating when now we see Piers Morgan saying he's against ethnic cleansing, but he supports the existence of an apartheid Israeli state. This state is premised on genocide and ethnic cleansing. There is no Israel without genocide and without ethnic cleansing. And we say shame! Shame! Which I read, you're welcome, brother, which I read the other day from Nick Estes, who's an American historian, writing on indigenous resistance in America, and he says that, how familiar this sounds to what we're seeing in Palestine right now is just truly shocking. The history of the United States is a history of settler colonialism, the specific form of colonialism whereby an imperial power seizes native territory, eliminates the original people by force, and resettles the land with a foreign invading population. Unlike other forms of colonialism in which the colonizers rule from afar and sometimes leave, settler colonialism attempts to permanently and completely replace natives with a settler population. The process is never complete, and the colonial state's methods for gaining access to new territories change over time, evolving a program of outright extermination to one of making indigenous people racial minorities and domestic dependent nations within their own lands, and of sacrificing indigenous lands for resource extraction. But even if elimination strategies evolve to appear more humane or ethical, the question of genocide, writes anthropologist Patrick Wolf, is never far from discussions of settler colonialism. And I really think we need to take this very internationalist perspective when we think of what is going on in Palestine. We know that our role right here, as much as we would love to go and relieve the suffering of our brothers and sisters in Palestine, our role is here, fighting Britain's role in imperialism, in settler colonialism, and ultimately in genocide. So can I hear free, free? Palestine! Free, free? Palestine!